All right, final message from Jefe for the Heretics concerning the hideout. It was a great run for me in the hideout. The hideout continues on WJFK in some form. I'm going on to the Giant Show on Project 961 with Giant Brian and Jefe. The original concept for the hideout started back at 92 on the Edge, when for the last hour on Friday nights I wanted to do El Jefe's hideout in a format that I always thought should have been, and I wanted to play a mixture of like hard rock and rap.
Which we did at first on Saturday night shows too. In
Yeah,
DC.
Exactly. Which was the old school jams and the mandatory Manson. And then we talk and goof off and stuff. Chili, who I love, our PD there, never let it happen. But when we got to DC and we had the opportunity,
which we have to thank a few people for that.
Yeah, you know, thanks to Cameron and Jason Veazey.
Jason Veazey, yes.
Alan Linewan, everybody.
We have to go get a hold of sometime. Someone sends video to him saying.
This is my final goodbye. Why are you working? You worming your way in already, Dubs? Jesus.
Not bad.
But anyway, Dubs took a chance and moved out when it was a part-time thing, and it was a Saturday night overnight thing. And I'd invited Jefe, he didn't come.
Invited Lefty,
he didn't come. And we did our little show there. And along the way, we picked up some radio listeners and turned them into staff. And Tommy Bateman and Matt Albert. Tommy's doing very well for himself inside my new company, Clear Channel. Matt, I don't know what he's doing. Congratulations to you. We also then got Chunks, who I think was fantastic. And I think the show did really, really well. You know, we were kind of on to something. But anyway, beyond all of that, you know the story. I do want to thank everyone for their support. You know, Nameless, of course, all the Heretics who are still around, Ron and Fez for everything. And this was just something that I had to do. I had a really good thing going on here in Tampa Bay. There could have been something at WJFK, but I couldn't wait around anymore. I couldn't wait around anymore. I had a couple of buddies, you know, especially in Jefe. I don't know Brian all that well, but I know him and I like him and I respect him. And I was mad that we didn't get the gig, but I was glad that he got the gig. If we didn't. What's the name of those other clowns that were up for it?
Oh, what were those guys?
Biscuits and Gravy, or
was it Biscuits and Gravy?
I don't know who, but
yeah, it was something in Gravy.
Yeah, who cares? I don't know.
They were awful.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I asked Brian about them when you get down there.
All right. Just get out of here to save it for a minute. This is my goodbye.
Hold on. They wanted to make it the Giant Gravy Show.
Well,
bunch of leeches.
That's what
Fuck you, Gravy.
I am. I'm the leech. You know? Now instead of me, people hopping on my back, I'm hopping on the Giant back. And I'm convinced. I know I'm going to work with Dubs again. And Satchel, I don't know. But I just know that the potential to go and do what I ultimately want to do in this business, which is have fun and do something different and creative.
And wake up at 4.
But use what I've learned in our failures and then now my successes from Tampa Bay. I think that I have the knowledge and joining a team that's gonna be successful. And that's the way I looked at this long term. That's really the reason why I made this decision. Because I'm a great program director. I really am. You might never know this, but you ask people around here where I worked, I was awesome.
Yeah, you fooled a lot of them.
I did. And I was a pretty good talk show host, solo, on the AM dial. I could have been a lot better. had I had more time to devote to it other than managing 2 stations. But I know that I can be a great member of this show that I'm going to. So anyway, that's it. I love the Hideout. I'll always love the Hideout. I got all the memorabilia that'll go into my office, and I love Dubs, and I'm sure we'll work together again.
I'd like to say something to the Giant Show. I'll start off with Jefe.
All right, come on over here and say it.
No, I can say it from
No,
behind.
say it. Don't do it with anonymity.
I want your face on there while I'm talking. It's like I'm talking for you to Jefe and Giant Brian. Jefe, to start off with, you got me started in radio. I did my first project for Specs Howard School of Broadcast Arts was an interview on the radio biz with Jefe, which was pretty awful, him being only in the business for like a year and a half, and I'm asking him the ins and outs of radio, but it was funny, it was good. And honestly, it was when I was in high school, my last year of high school when I was a senior, I would listen to his show, and I would think, that's the kind of radio I want to do. And I got to work with him, and hopefully
The Skank Shift.
Yeah, hopefully maybe I'll get to work with him again. Giant Brian, what can I say? You're good at double dribble. I hope you have fun out there.
Thanks, man. Hey, think about it. You really should have gotten this job. You work with Giant Brian way more than I did, and you work with Jefe way more than I did.
Let me tell you something. When they first got the gig, I applied for it.
All right, I don't want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. Did you hear that? He applied for it.
This was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I did too. I got it. All right, that's it. Stay though. The Hideout will continue. Just with Satchel taking over, and Dubs riding his coattails.
I need to find someone.
And they're looking for a third. I think if you would like, you should apply. Apply through hideoutheretics.net. I'd like to recommend.
Why don't you guys apply yourselves to a few phone calls during the show? How about that?
I'd like to recommend someone who I think would be fantastic. Matt Albert.
You know what? You'd probably get along with the show again.
Yeah. Why would he hate me, only letting him live with me and trying to get him a job? Of course. At least why ruin the goodbye with this? Well, at least Tommy is still working in the business, even though he won't give me my goddamn tapes. And Chunks is off making a lot of money, and I can actually understand why Chunks hates us. I would hate us too. But Matt, what? Come on. That's why he's still flipping burgers. Alright, I'll cut that part out. No, I won't. Anyway, 5,000.
That's all.